Welcome to the Virtual Cheese Awards 2021, showcasing the best of British cheese. I'm Louisa from Good Sense Research, and I will be looking after this session today. The cheese that we're going to be judging now is the best of smoked cheese, and the overall sponsor of the Cheese Awards is Food and Drink Wales. I'm being joined today by Tracey and Colley, who are your judges. And if Colley could just say a little introduction about herself.
Hi there, I'm Holly.
Oh, sorry, Holly.
I'm Holly Shackleton. I'm the editor of Speciality food magazine. It's my second time working with the Virtual Cheese Awards. Very, very happy to be here, and I'm proud to say that Speciality Food is the media sponsor of these awards as well.
Thanks, Holly. And Tracey, if you could just introduce yourself, please.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tracey Colley. I'm Academy of Cheese Director, founding director. We're an educational programme teaching people all the different aspects of cheese, from history all the way through to tasting all these yummy cheeses and how to taste them.
Wonderful. So the judges will be judging 8 cheeses in this class, and they will be judging them against 5 different attributes. So the first cheese that we're going to be judging is entry number 1029.
Super, I've got that one here. I'm going to bring that up to the camera to show you. You can see on the one side, so it's a rectangular shape, it's a wedge that's been cut, and you can see very distinctive smoked, where it's sat on the rack to be smoked there. Nice, beautiful brown caramelized colour, and then the internal is, the light is not brilliant to see that, but it's a nice sort of pale yellow. Okay, Holly, beautiful appearance, I'd say.
Really lovely. Lovely, even golden colour. And like you say, the kind of caramel tones on the smoked edges are really beautiful.
Yeah, what you find with these kind of cheeses is, this is obviously a block cheddar, I would say, tasting it, looking at it, and they cold smoke them over oak, usually oak chips. You can see this has been done traditionally. There's been no additives to it, so it is traditionally smoked, because you can see where the lines are from the rack. So I'd say that's a good plus point for this smoked cheese, Holly.
Yes, definitely. Cuts really well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely and smooth.
Very smooth. Aroma. Oh, lots of bonfire.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of bonfire.
Nice and strong, but you can still smell the cheese, can't you? Nicely balanced.
I'm going for the flavour. It's quite tangy. But you still I'm getting a tang underneath the smoke.
The cheese definitely stands up for itself, doesn't it? It's not overpowered by the smoke.
The smoke dissipates first, and the cheese still keeps coming, which is nice. It's quite a soft, pliable texture in your mouth. Appearance, I'd score fairly high.
Do you think an 8?
Yeah, I agree. Aroma, we've got some balance. I think the smoke's high, but then it's a smoked cheese. So
yeah,
7.5.
Yeah, that works for me.
True to type. So it's traditional type smoked, and it's smoked cheese. So I'd say it's very true to type. I'd go 7.5 again, or 8.
I think an 8.
Okay. Texture. It's smooth. It's pliable. It's one thing. It's not got lots of different texture. There's no gaping holes. There's no flaws whatsoever. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think I'd give it maybe a 6.5 or a 7.
Yeah. Let's go 7.
7.
And then flavour, it's smoky. I have got a nice mix of both still in my mouth, actually, of flavour and of smoke and cheese.
Yeah. There's no bitterness. It's not overly sweet. It's got a nice tang to it.
Yeah.
Maybe
No
7.5.
Yeah. 7.5.
7.5.
I agree. I really like cooking with these kind of cheese, and I think this one would grate really well. I love it putting it in a quiche with a hot smoked salmon. So use it with smoked salmon to bring out flavours of smoked salmon and give that creamy texture. This would grate brilliantly. I think that would be a fabulous grater.
Absolutely.
Okay, good one.
The next one is 1049.
This is this little bundle. So this is it's wrapped in calico. It's like a little string bag. Wow, exciting. And inside the bag we've got a backpack and a nice little Chuckle that's been smoked all over. A little bit of moisture from the backpack. Wow, cool. Again, can you see those lines on there? So you can see it's traditionally smoked. It's been on a rack, which indicates that from the lines. It's a little Chuckle. So basically what they've done is the cheese maker has actually smoked it all over. So it's the whole round Chuckle has been smoked. It is slightly wet and damp, but that's from being in the backpack. So
it is a really beautiful colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, really nice. And the smell is lovely as well.
Yeah. Doesn't it? Really reminds you of bonfire night, doesn't it? But again, lovely, lovely colour, caramelised. Nice cut into it. So internally, you've got a nice creamy pale yellow paste. So it's a cheddar. Be interesting to see if we get any smoked cheeses that aren't cheddars in this category.
I think it smells amazing. I love the smell of it.
Yeah.
Very strongly smoky. Yeah, bit of savouriness as well.
Wow. Got a lovely creaminess coming through. So the smoke hits you first in your mouth, and it's quite strong, almost bitter. But then the creaminess takes over.
There's a good tang to it as well, though, isn't there? Which kind of... So it's not as sweet and mellow as some smoked cheddars can sometimes be. It's got another level to it.
I really like that. It's different. It's actually it does get you. It's really got some depth, shall I say? So appearance, it came in a nice little cloth backpack, but it's got to be in there to preserve the flavour and preserve the cheese. So nice that they've thought about that. The appearance of the cheese is lovely. That it's smoked all over. You can see it's traditionally smoked in the rack marks. So I'd probably go 8.5.
Yeah, 8.5. I was thinking 9. I think it's going big. I think it's really beautiful. I love the colour of it. I love that it's all kind of evenly smoked, and you can see that. I love the little cloth bag. I think that's a nice detail. I'd be happy with 8.5 as well.
Okay, let's go 8.5 for now. Aroma, really strong, really punchy, smoky. 8.
I think I'm being very generous to this one. Can we go 8.5? I think it's amazing.
I'll go up on this one. True to type, yeah. No fears, no worries. It's very true to type. I would go 8. You want to go higher, don't you?
I think it's a very, very good example of what it is. So I would like to go a bit higher than 8, maybe 8.5. I would say 9, but I don't think you'd accept 9.
No,
We go 8.5. I think there's not much more that it could be doing to be true to type.
Okay, 8.5. Texture. I think I really like the texture.
Yeah.
I think it's held together well, but it's soft. It's got some moisture. It's very Moorish.
Yeah, lovely.
Very, very Moorish. I could eat this on a cheese board.
Yeah.
Let's go 9.
Yay! Yes, please.
And then flavour. I think it's got to be an 8.5 or a 9.
I think 9.
Oh,
I really like this cheese. I think it's lovely. I think, like I said, the fact that it has that bit of tang and a bit of kick, which not all smoked cheddars do. Some of them are just very kind of rich and smooth and mellow, but I like that extra punch.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. I've just had another bite. Really tasty. What did we say? 9.
9, yeah.
Okay, cool. Wow.
Oh, that's a good score.
It is. That little Chuckle is winning us over. It looks beautiful, actually, doesn't it?
It does.
It's like a little creme caramel or something.
Yeah.
Lovely colour.
Creme caramel.
It's very nice.
Okay, what are we on next?
Next one is 1056.
We're back to our waxes. And we don't have to guess what's in it this time.
We've passed
1056. It's a yellow waxed truckle. And we're going to cut in.
Nicely.
Actually, looks good. Looks really good.
Cuts nicely as well.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, the wax is not too thick either. Cuts nicely. So you can see there's actual smoky bits in there, chaps.
It's got a lovely colour to it, kind of caramelly colour.
Yeah. Whoa, it's not. Woo! Nearly dropped it. Good job, we got another half. Smells really lovely. Quite unusual smell.
I'd say it's quite sweet, the smell.
Yeah. Again, like we had with one of the others, caramelized.
Yeah.
It's like toffee caramel. I could be on bonfire night. Toffee apples. Smoked bonfire.
That's really nice. Not overpowering at all.
Completely different. Where do you want to go with scores, Holly?
Texture, I think, is really good. They're really smooth. Cuts nicely. I like the fact that you have the little smoky bits, like you mentioned. 8 for texture.
Yeah, 8 for texture. Appearance, the waxing was good. Nice colour.
Yeah. 8.5.
Yeah. Aroma. Aroma's not so strong. You don't open it and go, oh, like those. Sorry, I shouldn't compare, but like those last truffles, you wouldn't go, oh, that's smoked cheese necessarily. Although it's got that nice sweetness.
Yeah, the aroma isn't as impressive. I'd say maybe a 7, 7.5.
Yeah, I'm going to push for 7.5.
Yeah.
Because I think we've probably
It
been
is nice.
a little bit overpowered by the others.
Yeah.
And then true to type.
Mm.
What I think they've done here is they've taken some smoked cheddar, maybe, and some straight, just mature cheddar, and then remilled them together.
Yeah.
You've got these little brown marks, is where it's been smoked and the smoke has come through on the outside, so it's actually smoked cheese in there.
Yeah.
Nice. I would go true to type 8, 7.5.
I think 7.5. I think just because I would rather it was smoked as a whole rather than
flavour, I think I would go 7.5 again, because I've got it's there, but it's leveling out.
Yeah.
I'm not getting massive amounts of length. I think it's delicious. I think it's good, but if you agree, I'd go for that.
It is lovely. I'd maybe want a bit more oomph.
Yeah.
But it is nice. So are we saying 7.5, did you say?
Yeah, if you agree.
Yeah, that's fine.
Excellent, thank you. The next one is 1094.
Ooh, this looks interesting.
Ooh.
1094. Wow. So this almost looks like it's been cut from a bowl-shaped cheese, sort of a round ball-shaped cheese, shall I say, rather than a ball. You can see by the shape of it. Yeah. Looks like it's got a plasticoat rind, so don't eat the rind. So plasticoat is where they don't use wax, but they use an edible, well, it is an edible, like a PVA glue that they paint it with to preserve the cheese while it's maturing. And you can see the shine of that, Holly, which I think that is. So don't eat that.
Yeah.
It's edible, but I wouldn't recommend it. So lovely texture, nice shape.
It is very attractive, isn't it?
Yeah. You've got lovely, lovely sort of nice little holes in the cheese there. Beautiful to sort of denote the texture. And we go nose to rind.
The aroma isn't what I was expecting. It's almost got a bit of kind of lactic freshness.
Yeah. Not, very little smoke at the moment from the aroma, but just very, very gentle. You could, like you say, that lactic, milky aroma.
It's very little smoke in the flavour. I'm not left with any in the aftertaste.
What about near the rind? You get
a bit closer. Still not very much.
Beautiful cheese.
It's lovely.
But
there's not as much smoke as I would like for a smoked cheese.
No.
Really nice, but not smoked enough for me.
Very, very gentle. I think on appearance I would score high. I think it looks beautiful. I would go 8.5.
Yeah.
Ooh, we said it together. Aroma, again, very milky, very lactic. I think we've had some very, very strong smoked cheeses, but this is very, very gentle. I like the aroma because it isn't hitting hard, but if you'd picked up a smoked cheese or were expecting to buy smoked cheese, it's maybe a little bit. It's not an unpleasant aroma at all. I think it's perfectly good. So I wouldn't mark it down because of that. I'd say a 7.5 or an 8.
I'd say 7.5.
Okay.
Just because if you're expecting a smoked cheese, you may not be getting what you were expecting. But it is lovely.
True to type, it's probably not, because it's not as smoky as people might expect. So maybe score a 7. Texture is just beautiful.
Texture's lovely.
Taste is stunning. Texture's absolutely gorgeous. It's not too dry. It's not too moist. It's got a really nice, just lovely. Lovely. I would go 8, 8.5.
8.5, I think.
And then flavour. Actually, when you go back to it, it's got a bit. Are you still not too much smokiness?
I think it does. The more you have, the more it builds up. But it's not. I'm getting more of the fresh lactic.
Yeah, I quite like that though, and a gentle smoke for a change. I wouldn't mark it down because it hasn't got loads of smoke. Because I think you would say to the customer or consumer, this is a gently smoked cheese, and it has got that smokiness. So I don't think we should go lower than 8.
Okay, I'm happy with 8.
Cool.
It is really lovely.
Beautiful cheese, stunning.
That's great. So there's just 4 cheeses left in this class, and the next one is 1121.
Got it. I've got a really nice wedge here. So this one has been cut into a wedge shape, as you call it, for its smoking journey. So all these cheeses will have started their lives out as cheddars by the looks, most of them. And then they've been cut to shape before they've been smoked. And this is a perfectly normal thing to do. Because if you try to smoke a big block or a big wheel of cheddar, then it's not gonna permeate, is it, into your big piece. So this cheesemaker has gone with a wedge shape, which is lovely and very accurate. Look at that! Wow, very even. You've got some nice. It's just got a line there where it's been in the backpack, but that would disappear. It's got these lovely. This is the edge. It's been on the rack, so it's smoked all the way around, and then you've got the lovely creamy paste in the middle. Okay. Is there something I can help you with? That's my Siri. Sorry.
This is Siri's choice.
Siri likes this one. Sorry, Siri, not now.
Cuts very cleanly.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna cut like that. And then I'm gonna go down like that. It does cut beautifully, actually. This would be a chef's dream. Look at this, or a platter, deli platter queen joy. Look at that. Oh wow. Look at that, Holly. We can make patterns.
It is beautiful. I love the colours as well.
Perfect. I've just cut the nose, the end of to make the diamond shapes, but that's cutting it absolutely beautifully. Even without a cheese wire with the knife. So I really like that texture. I like that usability.
The aroma is very gentle.
Quite firm cheese.
I'm getting some Marmite kind of flavours, really kind of savoury, umami.
Are you? I'm just getting smoke at the moment.
I've had a couple of bits by now. I've been eating away.
I know, I've been faffing about making diamonds. So appearance-wise, I think we really love the appearance, don't we? I
Really
think
nice.
really love, beautifully presented. Most people buy with their eyes to begin with. And if you're used to buying a wedge of cheddar, I think a wedge of this smoked cheddar looks really lovely.
Do you think 8.5?
Yeah, 8.5. I think, where are we next? Aroma.
Yes.
It may be 7.5 for me.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of just the smoke.
Yeah.
I'd even go 7.
7. That's fair, yeah.
Nice and tight, yeah. Smoked, it's got nice rack marks. I would go 7.5.
It's fine for me. 7.5.
Texture, it cuts beautifully. I'm a little bit disappointed in the mouth.
Yeah. It doesn't have the creaminess that I was after.
No, it's kind of feels quite processed. And flavour again. It's one line in it for me.
Yeah.
It's quite smoky. I'm not getting the creaminess. Sorry, talking with my mouth full.
And there's not much complexity in the cheese flavour, is there? There's no kind of nice balance of the savouriness and the tanginess and the sweetness. It's quite kind of one-dimensional.
Again, I think this would be great for appearance and platters and grating, but I would score it down slightly on the texture and the flavour. So I would say
7.5.
I would go 7 for texture.
Yeah.
And 7.5 for flavour.
Okay, I
Got
agree.
a lovely smokiness. There's no bitterness or anything. It's quite a light smoke. I wouldn't like a lot of the others. I would say the bonfire ones have been quite oaky smoked. Oak. This I wouldn't say it's just like almost a general smoke. But really lovely. I mean, beautiful. Loving these diamonds. Okay, cool.
Next one.
Have we got the score on that?
Yes, got all of the scores there. So your next one is 1204.
1204. Okay, so this cheesemaker has gone for the block shape. It smells quite sweet. Nice sweet.
Oh, wow, really sweet. It's nice appearance.
So we've got this shape, chaps. So again, they've gone down to a smaller shape. It's maybe been smoked in the block and then cut into the slices. It's a slice, really, isn't it, for the packing and for the sizing.
Lovely.
Yeah, sweet aroma, Holly.
The aroma's nice. You're getting that kind of caramelly sweetness again.
Yeah. Very firm texture. Slightly, in fact, I'm getting more cheese than smoke, which actually is.
Yeah, I am as well. I think you get the first hit of smoke. It's a really nice kind of woody smoke. And then kind of gentle, gets gentler, going to the cheese flavour. And the cheese is nice and tangy. I think on its own.
And the sweetness is a fruit sweet, which is lovely. So on appearance, it's I'd go 7.
Okay.
Aroma. We like the aroma.
I like the aroma, yeah. Maybe
7.5.
Oh,
What were you going, 8?
I think 8.
Okay. And true to type, I'd say very true to type. I would stick at 7.5 again.
Yeah, that's fair.
And texture, the paste is firm. It's quite processed. Firm, hard. Cuts beautifully.
It does. But it doesn't necessarily taste too firm when it's in your mouth. It kind of, it's quite smooth and creamy in your mouth.
The flavour really, I didn't expect it to have that much, as much flavour as it has. So I would go 7.5 again on the texture, or do you want to go, are you happy with that?
I think that's fine. I'd like to go higher on the flavour, maybe 8 for flavour.
Yeah.
I'm really
I'd go 8.5 even.
Yeah, I'm happy with 8.5.
Let's go for it.
So we've got 7.5 for texture and 8.5 for flavour.
Yeah, yes, correct.
Wonderful. Okay, so the next one then is 1211.
I'm still nibbling away at it, so it's obviously it's really tasty.
It's a good sign.
Sorry, 1211.
That's correct.
Back to the waxed Chuckles. So waxed Chuckle. Bit of packaging here. Looking good.
Cuts through nicely. Quite thick wax, maybe. Oh.
Have a competition, shouldn't we? Oh wow, that is thick wax. And you see, so your ratio of wax to, there's a thicker wax on this one.
There's real tang to the aroma. Not as much smokiness.
Let's clear this airwaves. Yeah, it's a really gentle, smoky.
Yeah.
Not overpowering. Considering we've just opened up the wax, you'd think that would actually hit you hard, wouldn't you? That the wax would be keeping in all that luscious smokiness.
Texture is very pliable.
Yeah. It's you can see it's got quite a it's moist. It's almost wet on the outside, mine.
I'm not as keen on the texture in my mouth. Kind of sticks to the roof of my mouth a bit.
And I'm struggling with the flavour as well, to be honest.
Slight bitterness in the flavour.
It's not as smoky as I thought it would be. So I would go appearance, maybe 6.5.
Yeah, that's fine.
Aroma, I was disappointed a little bit with needed a bit more oomph. It's got nice, it had that nice sort of dairy aroma though, doesn't it?
I think maybe a 7.
7, yeah. True to type. Not shouting smoky at me.
No, not enough smoke for me to be true to type.
So 6.5.
6.5.
Texture. It's sort of I think a 7.
I actually think a 6.5, just because of the fact that it really stuck to the roof of my mouth.
Yeah.
Um,
Mine's still quite cold as well. I would say, that's something that might happen if it was got beyond room temperature, but it's still quite cold.
yeah. Mine's feeling quite cool still.
Yeah.
I'm happy to take the lead.
6.5, did you say, or 7?
I
And
think
then I'm sorry, I'm not feeling the flavour with this one. I haven't got the smokiness. It's not shouting at me lots of different flavours or length. So I would go 6.5.
6.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a slight bitterness as well, which I'm not really getting on very well with.
Okay.
Yeah, 6.5 for that.
Okay.
Right. So on to the last one in this class, and it's a 1092.
This one looks lovely.
Oh, wow. It looks like it's not cheddar.
Mm.
Oops, sorry, throwing the knife around. So it's actually saying it's a red Leicester on the pack. Wow. I'm nibbling away at the crumbs. So you can see this is quite a textured cheese. It might be better actually because I've just got it out of the backpack. Let me cut it and get some so you can see the texture inside. So it's got quite a nice crumbly texture.
Mm-hmm.
It's smoked. I don't see any rack marks, but I think we've only got a small piece here, and I think it's probably been smoked as a bigger piece, and then lovely colour, beautiful sort of apricot colours, isn't it?
Mm. I think it's delicious as well. Lovely sweetness, not too much smoke.
Yeah. Very sweet, isn't it?
Mm.
But actually, that sweetness is still there, even though it is smoked. You've got the gentle smokiness as well.
I'd say it's not overly sweet though. It still has the kind of savouriness. Bit of freshness in there as well.
That's coming to me now, the savoury.
Mm.
So it's got length, it changes in your mouth. As you mix in more of the mouth juices with it, you've got sweet, smoky, and then the length is savoury and smoky.
Mm.
But it leaves you with quite a nice flavour in your mouth as well.
Yeah. I think that's lovely. I think
it crumbles quite a lot on my board.
Mm.
It's good.
Appearance-wise, I think it's an 8 for me, 8 or 8.5. I think it's really attractive.
For appearance, yeah, I'd go 8.5.
Yeah.
Aroma, we're getting a nice balance of cheese flavour and smokiness. You know, cheese, dairy, sweetness.
8.5 again at 8.
Yeah.
Again with the 8.5.
8.5. 8.5, please. True to type. Yeah, it's smoky. You can see it's the smoked rind. It's different colour to the paste. So I would go 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Texture. I love the texture.
Yeah, really nice texture. I think 8.5, 9 for me.
Yeah.
Really nice.
I'd go 9 on the texture.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. It really holds in your mouth. And flavour. The sweetness is quite high for me, but then that's my personal taste. I really love that it's got length. And I think that is a sign of a really good cheese. It's got this length of flavour. You know, you can still taste it, and the flavours changing as you taste more of it, or taste as it stays in your mouth.
Yeah, lovely and complex.
9.5.
I'd go 9.5 actually.
Woo-hoo!
Really nice. I think that's our first 9.5.
It is.
No, it's really lovely. Great cheese. Superb.
Okay then.
Beautiful.
That's quite close overall, but in first place is the one you've just judged, 1092.
Oh, wow.
And in second place was 1049, which was the second cheese you judged in the little bag.
Mm.
And in third place, it is the 1094, which was the one that had the little holes in it.
The light with smoke. Oh, that's nice. A nice contrast, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Fantastic.
So obviously 1092 is the winner. So they will go through to the category stage next week on the 7th of May. So thank you very much, ladies, for you judging there. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Louisa.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Colley.